Johannesburg.
Asia Pacific Report on Sabahul Muslim.
Joining us this morning for the Asia Pacific Report is Walden Bello, who is concurrently the International Professor of Sociology at the State University of New York and also a Senior Visiting Research Fellow at the Center for Southeast Asian Studies at Kyoto University. He's also the co-chairperson of the Bangkok-based Research and Advocacy Institute focused on the Global South, human rights, peace campaigner, academic, environmentalist, and journalist. Walden, thank you very much for your time and welcome to Radio Islam International.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you on the program. Walden, let's start off. Cambodia-Thailand peace deal brokered by PM Anwar and Trump.
Yes, this has been a busy week for Donald Trump. At the beginning of the week, he went to Kuala Lumpur to attend the ASEAN leaders' 27th summit, and out of that, the Trump claimed that he was able to finally have a firm ceasefire between Cambodia and Thailand, which over the last few months have been engaged in skirmishes at the border. Now, the ASEAN countries, one who really brokered the peace deal was Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim of Malaysia. But he didn't, he's a very gracious fellow, so he allowed Trump to take the center stage. And among other things, Hun Manet, who is the Prime Minister of Cambodia, said, that he would nominate Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. And it does seem like this is one of the things that, Trump is really after, is more and more endorsements. However, on the economic front, most of the ASEAN countries weren't able to get any reductions in the tariff rates that the United States is imposing on their goods. Practically all of them have 19% rate imposed on their goods, except for Vietnam, which got a 20% rate. So that's what happened in the earlier part of the week in ASEAN.
And then talking about Trump, let's talk about his meeting with Xi Jinping in the APEC summit.
Okay. The meeting just begun a few hours ago, and we don't expect to know the results until after a few more hours. But they will be talking about de-escalating their tariff war. As you know, Trump has threatened to raise tariffs on China by another 100%, I believe, unless China reduces its export controls on rare minerals or rare earth. And there is a sense that they have agreed to some sort of preliminary arrangement, including more Chinese purchases of American soybeans, which is very important to U.S. agriculture. But until we know that, the rest has been news about Trump's visit to Japan, where he met with the new prime minister, and they affirmed that Japan would only get a 15% rise in the tariff rate. And Japan also said that they will raise their spending on defense to 2% of GDP, which Trump and the United States have been pushing for a long time. And again, Trump got a gift, the golf club that his buddy, the former prime minister, the deceased prime minister Abe, who used to play golf with Trump. And so, and finally on that tour, he got he got another nomination for the Nobel Prize from Prime Minister Takaichi. Now, the final thing is the meeting with the South Korean Prime Minister Lee at the APEX at the bilateral at the APEX summit. And here, again, there was an agreement that the tariff on Korea will just be 15%. And believe it or not, Trump got a gold crown as a gift to him. And this is a crown that belonged to the ancient dynasty. It was, of course, a replica of that crown. And so, this throughout the week, the Asian leaders have been sort of acting like vassals to Trump and prompting his ego. And he's really out after the Nobel Prize, and they want to stoke or to satisfy that urging. So it's a bit of a weird trip, if you ask me.
Let's move on to the third story this morning, also to do with President Trump, and this time with PM Sanai, likely results of negotiations.
Yes, as I said earlier, they have agreed to a number of points, including Japan's raising its tariff to. The U.S. raising Japan's tariff, the tariffs on Japanese goods to 15%, and that Japan will spend 2% of GDP on defense, and those were the main points, aside from the a reaffirmation of the U.S.-Japan alliance, and of course, Trump praised this alliance as the most important in the world. So it's a kind of backpatting kind of talks. He praised Sanei, and Sanei praised Trump, and he got his Nobel nomination.
Walden, thank you very much for your time this morning. Much appreciated on Radio Islam International.
Yes, definitely. And I'll see you again in about 2 weeks' time. And hopefully we will have something more substantive than nominations for Nobel Prize to report on.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Bye-bye.
Bringing up